Hi there. Today we're going to be working on order of operations. This is a skill that you've learned in 6th grade, so it should be easy for you to remember. We're going to use our GEM-DOS just like we did last year. The G stands for groupings. And the groupings can include many different things, which is why we say groupings and not parentheses. Because in the groupings, we can include parentheses, square brackets, absolute value, and square roots. Okay, so if you need a minute to copy that down, you're welcome to pause the video whenever you need. So our first step is groupings. Our next step is going to be the exponents, those little numbers up in the top corners of the numbers. So exponents. Following exponents, we do multiply and divide from left to right to solve the problem. So if multiplication is first in the problem, then we do multiplication first. If there is division first in the problem, then we do the division first. It all depends on which number is first whenever you're solving the problem, or which operation, I guess you should say. So we have multiplication, multiply and divide. And the same rules apply when you're adding or subtracting. Add first before you subtract, or subtract first before you add, whichever is first whenever you are solving the problem. All right, let's look at an example. So if we look at the first example on the top of page 22, first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look, do we have any groupings? Well, yes we do. We do right here, 6 minus 3. If we do 6 minus 3, we get 3, and we're going to copy down all the rest of the problem with that. So we have 3 times 2 to the second power divided by 3. Now, do I have any more groupings? No. But do I have any exponents? Yes, I do. I do right here. 2 to the second power. Remember, 2 to the second power is 4. So now I have 3 times 4 divided by 3. And I just changed that to a dot. You can leave it as an X, it doesn't matter. Do I have any more exponents? No. Now I need to move on to multiplying and dividing. Remember, I multiply or divide left to right to solve the problem. So the first thing that is there is multiply. So I'm going to multiply first. 3 times 4 is 12. Then I still have my divided by 3. And then the last step is just 12 divided by 3, which gives you an answer of 4. Let's look at the second example at the bottom of page 22. If we look at the second example, and I'm going to write this off to the side, our GEM-DOS, since mine kind of got cut off. And this is something you can be writing for every problem that you solve, and you can cross off as you go. Do I have any groupings? Well, yes I do. I have a grouping symbol right here, this 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1 is going to give me 3. So now I have negative 3, parentheses, 3, to the second power still, plus 22. I left the parentheses just so I don't lose any operations, or I don't lose any numbers or any signs. It's always a good idea just to keep the parentheses until you're at the very end of the problem. Okay, the next question I need to ask myself is, do I have any more groupings? Now remember, one number inside of a grouping is like a trick. It's not really a grouping because there's nothing I can do inside that grouping. It's just kind of protecting that number. Okay, so this isn't really a grouping anymore. It's just an operation with parentheses. So there aren't any more groupings. Do I have exponents? Yes, I have this little to the second power. So 3 to the second power is what I'm going to solve next. And that's going to give me 9. And I can leave that in parentheses if I'd like. Or you can put a little multiply sign there. Both ways are okay. Alright, do I have any more exponents anymore now that I've solved that? Nope, so I'm done with my exponents. The next question I have to ask myself is, do I have any multiply or divide? Well, remember, anytime a number is squished against parentheses like this, that means multiply. So I'm going to do negative 3 times 9, which is going to give me negative 27 plus 22. Okay? And then the last step, do I ask myself, do I have any more multiply or divide? No. So I'm down to add and subtract, and negative 27 plus 22 gives me negative 5. And always remember to circle your answer so that it doesn't get lost. Please remember that you perform one operation per step. If you start doing a whole bunch of operations in one step, you're more likely to make a mistake. Okay, on your tests and on your quizzes, you're going to have to show your work so that I can see where you are in solving the